Hello friends, good afternoon everyone. Today's video is going to be an interactive video in which myself along with my cadet, we will be discussing about the various Gmdss equipments and what all equipments we have on board, various testings of Gmdss equipment, daily, weekly and monthly tests, and different ways of sending the distress messages from the Gmdss equipment. From various Gmdss equipment, we will be covering up all the methods, how we can send distress messages and what all to do in case we receive a distress messages.
Good afternoon. I am Cadet Vivek. This is my first vessel and our ship name is GH Khalo. So today is Sunday and I came on second officer's watch to learn about what is this Gmdss equipment, how to transmit and receive the distress signals, how to acknowledge them and how to react if on my watch some distress signal came. So what to do, what I have to do.
Okay, including the Gmdss equipments, what is Gmdss basically?
Full form is Global Maritime Distress Safety Signals.
A Global Maritime Distress Safety System, and all these equipments are part of our Gmdss system.
Yeah.
So we will be covering what all equipments we have on board and what all tests are supposed to be done, like daily tests, weekly tests, monthly tests, and how to do them, the correct procedure of those tests, and what to do in case we receive any distress message or urgency messages or any other navigation warnings from all the equipments. Firstly, we will discuss what all equipments we have actually that constitutes this entire system of Gmdss. Okay, first we have one VHF over here. This is the transmitter for our VHF. Second equipment we have is our MFHF. This is our MFHF. This is the transmitter for our MFHF. And third we have SATC1 and SATC2. We have two SATCs here. As per regulation, we should have either two SATCs or one SATC and one NBDP. This is our VHF2, and this is similar to the other VHF. This is transmitter, this is VHF. Okay, for Gmdss VHF, this is our test. For doing our daily test, we have to do shift, test, and then this is showing P printer error because we don't have any printer on board. Usually we have some places where we have printer for SATC, and then every day we have to take a printout and file this as a record of test. But on board this ship we don't have a printer, so as you can see, power, PCB, everything is coming, CPU, transmitter, receiver, all it is okay. That means test is okay. This will show printer paper error. That is because we don't have any printer over here to print this.
In case of any error, sir, we will have there some like error. It will show.
Yeah, it will show NA or not okay or not good or something. Something will come like asterisk or dash. Like instead of coming as okay, it will be like missing information or something. Then we'll have to refer our manual, like whatever there are like 4 or 5 components inside. And in that scenario, we will check as per the manual. And there is a team also, like we have our marine mechanics team, we have Fruno team. In case we are able to troubleshoot it on board, considering the manual, we will do it ourselves. Otherwise, we will refer to either to the Fruno team or we will refer it to the marine mechanics team, and they will advise us what to do.
Okay.
And we will follow the procedures like that. Secondly, for the VHF, secondly is your weekly test. So weekly test we will do like this. We'll do with, I will tell it from beginning. First, press this button, call in message, select test, put your station ID. We have two VHF, so we can test from our vessels other VHF only. We have to put our MMSI number 229532000. Okay, then press this for 3 seconds. So we will receive this on our another VHF and we will acknowledge it from here. is acknowledged. Okay. So there's two tests, daily and weekly, for your VHF.
Okay.
Distress we will cover later on, and now we'll proceed for the tests for this MFHF. Okay. Distress
sir.
part we will cover later. When we are doing distress for all the equipments, we will cover the distress that time.
Okay, sir.
For our MFHF daily test, we have to go menu. There is daily test. And we have to press on daily test. Then it will carry out its test. It will print. We have printer for your SAT-C, so it will print your test results. Next one is your okay. There are 3 tests basically here. Daily test, and then the other one is your TX test, transmission test. So we will do the transmission test, and then it will do the transmission test, and then it will print the result for the transmission test as well. Okay. Your simple daily test. Second is your weekly test. For weekly test, you have to first. What we have to do in your weekly test? What do you know about weekly test? Anything? Nothing?
Also.
So we have to test our MFHF DSC with our coast stations. That we have to send them MFHF DSC test message, and the coast stations, they have to acknowledge it.
Okay.
They acknowledge it, and sometimes they don't acknowledge it. It depends. I mean, sometimes you will send them an acknowledgement message. They will acknowledge just at the moment. Sometimes you keep sending them, then nobody will acknowledge. So how to send it? Just click on other DSC messages. Select type of message. Go in test message. Address book. Either you can directly input the MMSI number, or you can go to the address book where we have saved already the MMSI number for the coast stations. We will try with Viluna. We can check the frequency. Right now we are near Mauritius, so we will try with 8 frequency. We'll see if we receive any acknowledgement from Viluna. I hope we receive. So we have something as an evidence for this video also. Otherwise we will try to do it with some vessel nearby, and we will show it. But this is not, let's find some vessel. Okay, there is a vessel named Ingenuity 636023256. So this will take time, or maybe it will not. I mean, it depends. We will just carry out with the vessel just to show how it is in and how we will receive a acknowledgement. 636
023 256.
It is nearby us only, so we will keep it same, and then we will send them the acknowledgement request. Let's see if they acknowledge.
So they will receive some call
on their if it depends, if they have put this on auto acknowledgement, so their equipment will receive it and will respond automatically. Otherwise, some places we keep it on manual, then they have to manually acknowledge it. Depends totally. And this is how we receive an acknowledgement. So that means the other vessel has acknowledged our message. And another thing is, we have to do this test on both AC and DC. That means AC and DC means alternate current, direct current basically, but we have 2 means for our Gmdss communication. One is our alternate current, and another is our battery. And from here we can switch it from alternate current AC to battery, and then we will try out this test again on DC. to check whether we are able to receive the same acknowledgement on DC as well. And every day we have to do this onload offload test for our batteries also. We will put the system on DC, we will try sending some message and we will check the voltage here. It should not drop less than 24.8. It's mentioned in our regulations. So we have marked here like we can see here. We have marked here like how much it should be, an amperage. So let us try this test with 636 023256 023256. Okay, now we are doing it on DC. So we will monitor the change in voltage also. When this message is sent, you will see this the voltage has not dropped, so that means it is okay. We have received the acknowledgement on DC as well. Okay, so this we have to do every week, but we have to do it for coast stations, not for
nearby
ships.
vessels.
Sometimes coast stations, they don't reply to our requests, so in that case there is nothing. We can try on different frequencies, we can try various coast stations. We have a list of coast stations here, and there are like MMSIs of all the coast stations written over here, but it depends on, there are only few coast stations that are actually responding to this test messages. And this is how we will receive the acknowledgement sheet. Like we have sent an acknowledgement request, and this is the acknowledgement by the another vessel on AC and on DC both. So this is how the report will be generated, and we will file this report into our Gmdss file, and we will make an entry in our Gmdss log. Okay, so this was for
Daily and weekly test for
we have done VHF and MFHF. So now this is your third equipment. This is your SATC. What is SATC?
satellite communication, maybe.
Inmar SATC. This is, I'll tell you how to do the tests for this. We have two SATCs. So on Monkey Island we have two SATCs antenna. It's a small antenna on the top. I'll show you. And our SATC, this equipment is same. It is used for LRIT as well, for LRIT polling, for sending our, what is LRIT? Is long range
Identification and tracking.
So for sending our positions in reports, there is continuous polling is going on here. This is for LRIT. Okay. Sending your positions to there are like four authorities we have to send: to company, to flag,
Owners.
to owner. Like four people are there who will receive information from this.
Sir, what all things this LRIT is sending, sir?
Vessel's position, mostly vessel's position, course information, like dynamic information, like how we are making our daily reports. We are sending to owners, charterers, everyone. Like, but in that case, we are sending more details on consumptions, distances, weather. Here we are just informing them our positions. Even I'll show you. There is every hour there is one print coming out on this paper. You will see only one. It is printing only one line from there. There is a print coming out. It's showing that they have sent the LRIT position for this hour. The next hour there is again one more line printing showing they have sent the position for the LRIT.
Okay.
And SSAS also. So this in this whole system we have integrated like SSAS, SATC and LRIT. If your like SATC antenna is kaput, so that means all three equipments are gone. Okay. It has happened with me on one of the vessels that our SATC antenna is fallen from the Monkey Island. It broke in rough weather. It broke. It fell down, and then nothing is working. And then we find out that the antenna is in the poop deck.
So there should be separate antennas for.
No, actually, it's better to have two SATCs because SATC serves a lot of purpose. NBDP is only doing its, I don't know, it's not used much. It's on also it is fitted on less vessels compared to in number. So I think SATC is good, because if you have one SATC, it's inoperational, so you have another SATC to do all the jobs. And like on that vessel we had one SATC and one NBDP, so one SATC antenna broke, so in that case we had to take dispensation for SATC, LRIT, SSAS, all three of them are in operational, and we are going from Durban to Turkey to Durban from this HRA area without SSAS, so it becomes difficult. So it's better to have two SATCs. So I'll show you, this is a SATC, how to use it. Firstly, how to use it, like it can be used to send emails, like you can send email to your family, you can send email to your friends, anyone.
Okay.
It can be sent to, used to receive your EGCs, your nav warnings, your navigation information. It can be, there are of course the tests for the SATCs, and then what all, we can receive like coastal warnings, like places where we have where we don't have navtex, like Australia, Brazil, New Zealand. We can go there, and in that places we have coastal codes. We will put the codes, and we will receive the information from those coastal broadcasters. So F1, this is to, like how you make new file in Word or something. Make new file, type anything like test or something, and then F1 again. You can close, you can save, you can delete, whatever you want to do. So if I want to close it, there are shortcuts also. Do you want to save this message? No. F1 is only to edit a file or to create a file. F3 is to transmit a file. Like I want to send a distress message. Suppose we have to select the priority. If I select distress is selected, priority is selected. Now I don't have to select anything else. It will select the test message. Okay, this I will tell further when I will be covering the distress. This is to edit the file, create the file. This is to transmit. This is your EGCs. F5 is your reports, data reports and everything. Message report. F6 is your logs. You can check all the messages, like all the nav warnings, all the EGC messages, nav weather forecast that we have received in here. Receive log and EGC log. EGC log we will get all the weather forecast, nav warnings. Receive log is your messages we will get from here. Here we have in F7, when you press F7, we have login, log out. This is for changing the ocean region manually. Like we have 8 ocean region. There is a ocean region chart also, like POR, IOR, AOR, E, AOR, W. Indian Ocean region, Pacific Ocean region, Atlantic Ocean region we have, and then East and West we have in AOR. Like if you press here, okay, you select this. You can either put on auto. This is your selecting your ocean regions. This is selecting your ocean regions. You can either put on auto. You can either select manually as per your position. Right now it is by default programmed to select automatically, so you don't have to do anything. It will automatically select. Right now it is like you can see here, it is already logged into IOR, Indian Ocean region. Okay. See, it is showing successful login. This is another thing, LES information, nothing to do here. For tests, we have to go in test. I'll show you what all things to test. F7 test, there are these PV test, diagnostic test, distress button test. Distress button test, we will test actually that our distress button is working or not. So now distress button is put into a test mode, and now this is in test mode, and we will just try out the distress button. So it will show that your distress button works properly. You can try out as many times. So not, because now it is in test mode, it will not send any distress. Okay, when you press escape, it is out of test mode. Now it is in normal mode. Now if you press for more than 3 to 4 seconds, it will send a real distress. Okay, this is your distress button test. Then this is your diagnostic test. You can start diagnostic. It will check all the internal communication, everything with the system, within the system, what all things are there, all the tests it will carry out, and then finally it will generate a report. Once the report is generated, it will display it on the screen. Like we have everything here now. The report is generated. Diagnostic test is complete. We can print it also. If we print like Control P, we can print it. If we don't need to print it. And the third one is PV test. So,
What is PV test, sir?
checking the internal communication. Now it will take time. This PV test runs long for like 5-10 minutes. It will go on, check all the internal systems communication, and then when it is finished, again similarly like diagnostic test, it will give you a report. It will generate a report. Like it will take time. I will show you how it will. You can see here the last PV test. See, it has already started. It will continue in the background. So now you see, this is how it will show you the result of your PV test. Number of attempts, ship to shore attempts, first attempt, ship to shore attempts. It will show all the things it has done, and then it will show the results like pass and fail or something like that. So this will now continue to carry out the PV test in background. Once it is finished, it will generate the report. So these were the tests for SATC, MFHF, VHF. These three tests which I have told you for SATC, these are monthly tests. We don't do them daily, we don't do them weekly. These are monthly tests. For MFHF and VHF, I have told you what all tests are daily and weekly tests. And for SAT, we have already checked. This is a monthly test. Next, we will get this
Portable radios.
We will get the EPUB first. We will check the EPUB. Okay. This will continue to be in background. We will check later on. We will try with the EPUB first. Okay, so what is this?
EPUB, emergency position indicating radio beacon.
What does it do?
So in case of distress, this is a float-free type EPUB. So we have HRU connected to the EPUB. In case of our vessel sinks, the HRU will cut the line and the EPUB will come on top.
That line thing is in your life raft. There is no line. It will just release this box and then it will float. And there is a C switch, and when it comes in contact with the seawater, it will start to emit the signals. Okay, why we need an EPUB?
Same.
Why we need? We have already like 5 equipments.
In case of distress, people are working down.
It doesn't
In
matter.
case of fire on bridge,
It doesn't matter. Why we need? Like even if there is a fire on bridge, there is one panel. Some place somewhere somebody will be able to send a distress. Why do we need separately EPUB?
maybe it can be used after the vessel sinks.
No. As per SOLAS, you should have 2 independent means of sending distress.
Okay, independent.
So all this is your terrestrial means of sending distress. This is your satellite means of sending distress. Why we need this?
As you already told, this is a
Satellite means of escape the bar. F10. Satellite means of sending distress. So why we need an EPUB is because as per SOLAS, first of all, it's a SOLAS requirement to have 2 independent means of sending distress. One is your terrestrial, that consists of all your MFHF, VHF, and RC, and this is your satellite means. It uses COSPAS satellite, works on 406 megahertz frequency.
Which satellite?
COSPAS SAT. This I have shown you, 135, 1345. You read about COSPAS satellite. This is usually specifically for use of EPUB only. So why? Question is why? What if you have blackout, total blackout, battery failure, everything is gone? What to do then?
EPUB will send signals, distress signals.
That is why we need 2. That is why we need a satellite mode. That in case we have a sudden blackout, nothing is working. All your batteries are also kaput. no equipment is working on your GMDSS battery also. Then what to do? Then this is your only means to send your
Emergency.
yeah, to send your distress. You will activate it. I'll show you how to activate it, and this is the only way you can send your distress in that situation. There is a test mode here. There is a test mode here. How to test it is, we have to test this equipment in first 5 minutes of every hour.
First 5 minutes of it.
Like right now it is let's say 3 o'clock. So from 3 o'clock to 3:05 we can test. From 4 o'clock to 4:05 we can test. 5 o'clock to 5:05. That first 5 minutes are specifically dedicated to test the EPUB. So now we will test. Let's see. Put it in test mode. How to see it is working? There will be a light, test light blinking here.
Safety.
कुछ नहीं, छोड़ दो उसे. So, how do you know it is working? You put it on test mode.
Okay.
For 10-15 seconds, this light, your test light will start bubbling. That means it is working. As we can see here, on your EPUB also you will see your procedures to test. How to do the test. There will be instructions on all equipment. Mostly on all equipment we have instruction on how to do the test, how to send the real distress. Okay, class 2 EPUB operational. And if we have to actually use it, we have to remove this pin, same like we remove in SAT, and then put it on, and then it will start to continuously send your position via COSPA SAR satellite. How it works, it will send your, how this EPUB works, it will send your you are in distress, your distress message, your position, everything to a satellite. Satellite will send it to an MRCC, MRCC will send it to a RCC. Then there will be a search and rescue operation. Like you will have on-scene coordinator and like there will be a number of ships, and then you will read it further when you study about all this in IMSAR also you will find it. Like when there is a rescue operation, there will be like not just one ship, there will be like many vessels, maybe Coast Guard vessel, maybe merchant vessels combined together and carrying out search and rescue operation as per your IMSAR volume 3. There are different ways like your sector search, expanding squad search, and in coordination with, sometimes we do in your coordination with your aircrafts. So there is an aircraft sweeping like this, and there are ships doing 90 degrees to that, and the aircraft's course. I mean, there are various names and all. You will not understand like this. You'll have to go to the theoretical part of it. And yeah, then in that scenario, the MRCC will choose one person as your on-scene coordinator, and he will be communicating with everyone through the MRCCs and through the people who are carrying out the search, and he will be actually the kind of communication link, like how is master acting on ship. For all the people, he is guiding what to do, and he is giving the feedback to the company. So in similar situation, in similar scenario, the on-scene coordinator will be in contact with the MRCCs. He will take information from MRCC. MRCC will tell him, or RCC will tell him what to do exactly. He will guide all the vessels, all the nearby ships who are the part of this search and rescue operation. He will tell them what all information or what all feedbacks he has received from them, and then he will inform them the same, and then he will update the scenario, whatever is going on,
Back to the RCC.
back to the RCC. It's like the on-scene coordinator acts as a link between all the vessels and all the RCCs.
Understood, sir.
What is RCC? Rescue Coordination Center. MRCC is your Maritime Rescue Coordination Center. Okay. EPUB test done. Why it is needed? Clear?
Yes, sir.
It is the only resort. If you have total failure of your power and batteries, nothing is left, then of course we have pyrotechnics and blah 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 other things, but those you will be able to use when you are in sight. Like if there is a ship, you can see the ship, then only you will be able to fire a pyrotechnic and attract his attention. By this you can send, even if you are in middle of the ocean, you can send your distress position and that you are in distress, and then people will start to search as they can get your position through this EPUB, and they will search you through the position of this EPUB. Okay.
How long it will take to transmit the position or signals?
Immediately, it will. The moment you switch it on, it will transmit to the satellite. Satellite will transmit to the MRCC. Immediately, they will come to know that this vessel in this position is in distress. They will initiate that. And now that depends on
how long
it will take for them. That depends on where you are right now. Like if you are in middle of the ocean, to arrange, to arrange somebody to come, to arrange a search and rescue operation. It depends on your position, how long it will take. Like sometimes you are near to coast, so maybe in 6 hours you will have your coast guard and everything coming for rescue, and they will pick you up. Sometimes you are in middle of the ocean, maybe it will take 1.5 days to arrange all this, but it will notify them like more or less instantly. The moment you switch it on, it will send them notification, and people will know that somebody is in distress. So
how long we have some battery backup? How long it would transmit?
I think 48 hours. I'll have to check, but 48 hours is usually, because this EPUB, there is some difference. In the testing procedure, it's like it's mentioned in here also that it's like hold the switch for 5 seconds. If the top light is flashing, that means it's okay. In my one of my ships, there was a EPUB that was like, it has specific instructions like you hold the switch for 15 seconds. If you get 1 flash, if you get 3 flash, that means your battery is more than 48 hours.
Okay.
If you get 2 flash, that means your battery is exactly 48 hours. If you get less than 2 flash, that means your battery is less than 48 hours. You need to change the battery, or you need to do something about this equipment. But usually, when I was there, it was always more than 3 flashes. That means it was always more than 48 hours battery.
So it can be rechanged. We can change the battery on board.
Looking at this, I think we can. We have to just open this. I have done this ship only. Last time when we were here, we changed the EPUB battery, and then they changed the EPUB. So our battery was expiring, and then we were in dry dock, we ordered the EPUB battery. We opened this one. I have a long video also. I don't know whether I have posted it or not. When I was here last time, I have, because to open this one, you have to, this is very critical thing, because it will not, once you have opened this, you will not be able to close it. You have to put it with the clips, pliers, clips, and then you have to close it very tightly. Opening is easy. You have to just press it with the screwdriver, minus screwdriver, it will open up. But to close it is very difficult. So that time we opened it, did everything. What type of battery is inside?
What type?
It's your AA type, like the batteries you put in your remote.
Okay.
But it will not be like directly AA type. There is a case, transparent case, white color case.
Stack many batteries together.
Yeah, everything is like, all the wirings and all everything are connected, and then on the bottom you have to remove one lid, and then inside you can place all your somewhat like this. This is not exactly, but this is, when we opened this is like a white color one and only single layer, and then 6 batteries I think stacked in together, and then it is placed inside, and something like this. So that's how we change the battery. We can change the battery. We have changed the battery. But after we change the batteries, I think maybe I will check if we have the old EPUB, but I think they would have landed by then. It's already 1 year now for that dry dock. They would have landed this EPUB, the old one. And when you do this new EPUB installation, it is also a headache because your old EPUB is also, when you have your EPUB, you have all your information fed in to this EPUB, your ship's information. Like you cannot take this EPUB and take it to another ship and use it there.
What are information like
ship's name, ship's MMSI, ship's details, all the information regarding ship, IMO number, what all your static information are there, that is not going to change. This is already fed into this. And if you have to, like if I have to discontinue this, I have to decommission all this information, so that in case like company orders me a new EPUB, so now I have a new EPUB. I put the new EPUB there, I take out the old EPUB, put it in garbage. It gets automatically activated because of some rolling, it fell down, it broke the switch, turns on, sends the signal. Now people will get the information that you have turned on the distress, you are in distress, so, but you don't know. So that's why you have to, if you are decommissioning it, you have to keep it safely and you have to keep it in position where it does not automatically activate, because unless and until this gets decommissioned by a technician, it will be considered as active. Or what you can do is you can open the lid, disconnect the battery and keep it. Okay. So if you know you have removed the battery, it will not send the signal. One case is that one, that you disconnect the battery and keep it. Another one is you can get it decommissioned by a technician. When you get this annual radio survey, so the technician will come. It depends. Sometimes companies arrange them to decommission. Sometimes they tell no need to do this, just disconnect the battery and keep it. So we will keep it back. I think most of it is covered. Any other question that you have regarding EPUB, regarding usage?
No, for the moment, no.
Okay, you will keep it back. I'll show how to mount this properly. Like this, and then there is a switch here, not a switch, like a clip. It should clip onto that. Like this it should come out, then this one should go inside. This is a split pin to avoid it from coming out automatically or by rolling. Other than your VHF, MFHF, we have our portable VHF and Gmdss portable VHF. As per Solus regulation, for ships more than 500 GRT, we should have 3 of them. We have 3 portable VHF here and along with the spare batteries. Now we have our portable VHF. As per Solus 500 GRT, more than 3. Every vessel should have more than 3 portable VHF. So we will turn it on. We'll turn on like this. How to test it is put it on your VHF frequency, channel 16. It's working. Try to transmit from there. This one. Getting signals?
Yeah.
We will test it on all like nautical and aeronautical frequencies like 16, 06, 88, 69. Not just only on 16. We will test it monthly. Someone else is also testing. So we will test this on all the other frequencies also, like 16, 06, 88, 69. And monthly we will do this once. What else we need to do is monthly we need to take out all 3 of them and like one by one drain entire battery. So like if I have turned it on right now, I will keep it on, drain the entire battery to 0 and then put it on charge. Not all at one time. One. Like now it is 1. So I will keep it, like it will take 2 days. 2 days, 2.5 days, I'll keep it like this for 2 days. And when it is drained, I will put it back for charging. I will take out the other one. Okay. And then I will drain the other one.
Why it is used? Just for checking the batteries?
I'll tell you. I'll drain this one, I'll put it on charge. I'll drain second one, I'll put it on charge. I'll drain third one, I'll put it on charge. This is basically when it is used. When you have abandoned a vessel, you are in the live boat, then this acts as your
Gmdss
alternate for your VHF. Like you have already seen some vessel, or you have fired a pyrotechnic, or you have sent your distress message by your EPUB or your SAT or anything. Now you have to communicate with the vessel who is in vicinity. So you can use this VHF, portable VHF, to talk to them. Okay. But this has a limited battery. So you have a spare battery as well, but you don't keep it on like 24/7. Okay. I mean, it depends. If you see somebody, if you see some traffic, some communication going on, okay, you will try to attract. You will try to call, like on channel 16, you are in distress, first thing you will try to call. Somebody is there, anyone that can hear you, anyone that can come for help. If you see there is nothing, there is no point of keeping it. You save the battery, use it when you have somebody in your vicinity to communicate with them. Why to drain the battery is this, because these batteries have a memory, sort of a memory. If you keep it full, their retention will be reduced. Like if it should work 28 hours or 48 hours, suppose. If you don't drain it and charge it, it will not work properly. Not just for this battery, this is like a fundamental for any sort of battery that you are using. If it is not getting drained and charged and drained and charged, this battery will be useless. It will get kaput. It will drain automatically also, its life will also be affected. So for any battery, it is important for it to drain and to charge again. Otherwise it develops a memory at that point only, and then I have seen this happening with my vessels that nobody used to drain it. So it is showing full. The moment you take it out, after 2 hours it is showing half. After 4 hours it is already finished. So that to increase the battery life, so that your battery doesn't just get discharged in 4 hours or 6 hours, it actually works 48 hours. You have to do this monthly, or like twice in a month you can do. It depends up to you, because to discharge it also it takes 2 days.
But same can be happened with SART or EPUB battery?
No, because that is not on charge. This is like continuously on charge.
Okay.
Those batteries are different type of batteries. This battery is different type of battery. Like lithium ion, and the composition of battery is different. For this battery, you have to discharge it because it is continuously pressed on and put on charge. Like you cannot put your mobile phone continuously for charge. It will discharge. If you put a mobile phone continuously on discharge, it will damage your mobile phone's battery also. So this is just kind of a precaution that we have to take. Okay. We'll move to the next equipment. So for your Gmdss, you can find your testing requirements in your ADRS volume, digital volume 13545. You have to go here, click on reference. In reference, you will find Gmdss, and there is everything, like whatever you need to know about Gmdss inside this one. All the satellites, how it works, how EPUB works, what all frequencies you have to monitor, like carriage requirements, area wise. You know, area A1, A2, A3, A4. It's like as per the range. Area A1 is like your 40 miles, 50 miles from the land. A2 is from 40, 50 to 500. A3 is beyond 500. And then A4 is out of the coverage of area A1, A2, A3. A3 is until 70 degrees latitude, beyond 500 nautical miles from land. And this one you can find from here, either from here or from Gmdss manual that we have here. We have Gmdss manual also in digital form. It's in our Wizardby software. So I'll zoom it in a little bit. See, there are all carriage requirements of Gmdss equipment. Like if you are only sailing only in area even like coastal vessels, so you don't need all this MFHF and SATC and DSC, everything. You only need
one VHF,
one VHF with DSC and NAVTEX EGC receiver to receive your nav warning and everything. One EPUB, two SAT, 3 Gmdss portable. This numbers means quantity of the equipment. Like 3 means 3 Gmdss, 2 means 2 SAT, like that. So all your carriage requirements, all your, like what I said, like 500 gross tonnage and upward should have 2 sets up until 500 gross tonnage, and then more than 500 gross tonnage. So there are everything that is from the regulations, from the rules, from the requirements, whatever is there is already mentioned in it. You can anytime come, open this one, read this. This will also show you all the installations, antennas and positions of this. What is DSC? All the, theoretical knowledge more or less you can find from here. There is information about EPUB also, how EPUB works, what all frequencies it works on. So if you need anything in theory, you can read from here. Okay, this is just a guidance. What is this?
This is SART.
What is SART?
This is Search and Rescue Transponder.
Radar transponder. What does it do? How does it work?
It emits radar signals so so that the nearby ships can see our distress signal, distress message on radar. They will have circular rings on their radar system.
And which signals it emit? What type of signals it emit?
I don't know, sir.
Basically, this does not emit anything.
Okay.
This is just a transponder. Just a transponder. So in this case, what happens is, and it only works on your X-band radar, that is 9.3 gigahertz, 3 centimeter. So this is just a transponder. You have to mount it, and this is like your distress equipment. You have to mount it on your lifeboat, like when you have abandoned your vessels and you are in your lifeboat or on your life raft, 1 meter above your lifeboat. And then what it will do is, when some other vessel's X-band radar is sending the radio waves, it will catch those radio waves and it will reflect accordingly, and then it will only transpond to the signals received from the other vessel's X-band radar. And then on the other vessel's X-band radar, it will print echoes. How it will print echoes? There is a range and categorization. That's how it will do. It will be actually like arcs, blips and circles, concentric circles. From like, if suppose you are like 12 miles away from that, and you don't, it will not function unless you have any other ship in your vicinity. If there is no ship, you keep your SAT on, there is no point. It will not emit any signal, nothing. And when there is some nearby vessel which is going close from your place, close from your position, then only when they will emit X-band radar, when their X-band radar will send the radio waves, and then it will be transponded from this, and then it will emit, and it will be printed on their radar screen. And then as per the distance, if it is 12 nautical miles to 9 nautical miles, it will show them blips. Okay. Blips in a straight line that will show them the heading or the bearing where there is a survival craft, where there is a lifeboat on which the SAT is mounted. And if they can get a direction, they can get a heading, and they can proceed in that direction. When they are like 1.5 to 3 miles, they will get like arcs. 1.5 to 9 miles, they will get like arcs. It keeps on reducing. Like with the distance, it comes like dots or blips. Then it comes to arc. Then it comes to concentric circle. When you are under 1.5 mile, then you will get concentric circles on your radar screen. We will test this, and we will see it on the radar screen also, how these concentric circles look on your radar screen. And we will, as of now, we are on our vessel, and we will be testing our own SAT, so we will be under 1.5 mile range. That's why we will be only able to see concentric circles. Those arcs and blips we will not be able to see. So this is one way of
Testing.
not testing. This is one way for your, in case of distress and you have abandoned ship, this is one way to find you, to rescue you. SAT. But this only works on radar and only on X-band radar, and it does not emit anything, it only transponds to a radar.
What if in case the nearby vessel have switched off their X-band radar?
Then you pray to God.
So sir, how frequently?
Then you have your pyrotechnics.
This line throwing.
In that case, you have your not line throwing, your rocket parachute. In daytimes you have your smoke signal. In night time you have your hand flares. You have your rocket parachute flare. It depends on how far you are. If you are very far from that vessel, night time you shoot a rocket parachute. If you are close, and then you can no need to shoot rocket parachute if you are visually in sight of each other. You can show them the hand flares also. In daytime you can use your smoke floats or your point smoke signals.
So how frequently we need to test?
Every month. This I will come to this, the testing procedures and testing requirements, what equipments to be tested and at what interval. One more thing about this has a battery life of 96 hours.
96 hours.
So we have this like two modes here. One is test mode and another is on. When usually we are doing a monthly test, we will just put it down on the test mode.
Okay.
And when we are actually in a distress and when we have abandoned the ship, we will just remove this pin, like pull it from here, and then it will go to on. And then once you have turned it on, it will work for 96 hours. That is the battery life of 96 hours. That means 4 days. And for 4 days, it will respond to all the radar signals from X-band that it will receive. After that, kaput. After 4 days, it has no use. Credible, not use. It may work 4.5 days, 5 days, but 4 days is minimum. after 4.
Can it be reused?
Maybe, I don't know. It will go to the service, and then they will change some components inside, and then issue a certificate again, and then maybe it will be reused, because inside there is just a transponder, one battery. Only battery they have to change. So next thing is I'll show you how this will appear on the radar screen.
Okay, sir.
Okay. We have the constructs. So this is how we can test our start. And when it is switched off,
So, sir, can we renew the SAT battery on board?
yes, we can actually change the SAT batteries. We have to order them as per from our IMPA and from our supplier. They will supply. Then we can open this one. I'll not open it right now because we have just changed it last month. There is a seal here.
Okay.
You can, when you open this, the seal will be damaged, broken or damaged, whatever. You can open this, then you can take out the components and you can put the new cell, connect it, and then there is this sticker. This sticker, you have to change the dates here. Like when you receive new batteries, you will get this new sticker, so that you can later on, when you have already changed the batteries, you can put it back and then join the sticker, so that this is not damaged, and this is like seal. And inside this one, you will put your expiry date. You will just cut
The expiry.
whatever is your expiry month and expiry year. Like here it is like 2030 and month March. So it is valid for 5 years from the date we have installed the battery. So we have installed in March 2025, so it will be, this battery will be valid for March 2030. That's why we have cut from here month March and 2030. That is the expiry date. This March year 2030 is deducted. Okay, put it back. Next equipment. So how to get your nav warnings or your weather forecast? Go on 8, press F8, EGC setup, and you select your nav area. How to find your nav area, in which nav area you are? There is a chart here, you can see. As per this chart, you have to see which position you are in, and as per that position, which nav area you are in. Like right now we are in Indian Ocean, so we are in nav area 8. So we will come here, select our nav area. Like it's right now already fed in nav area 8 because we are already receiving. Like our next nav area is nav area 11. So I will click nav area 11, update it, then further I'll start to receive the updates, weather forecast, the nav warning of nav area 11. But I'll do it later on because right now we are very far from that. And
If we put it nav area 11 now, so it will print the before, the last.
it will start whatever the existing nav warnings are there as of now. It will start to print that. It will give me all existing nav warnings in nav area 11, and then I'll get a bundle of nav warnings, and then I'll have to check that out like this, and we will confirm that nothing is falling in our route. So similarly, but that we will do 1 or 2 days before entering in nav area 11. Right now we have nav area, because see these nav warnings and all we can actually check from our software, this nav station. We can directly check from there, and there we don't have to feed in this nav area. We can directly check all the nav area in one screen, like how it's like a Gmdss screen, but you can see all the nav warning, existing nav warning throughout the world. So before planning your route only, you will know that what all nav warnings are there. And
But
then
you
it is-
told these nav warnings are changing, the weather
yeah,
is
it's
changing.
like now
The real-time nav warnings we are getting.
now I want to see now, as of now. So if like suppose I am getting a passage plan, I have to make a passage plan now. So for right now, I will check from that software because it will show me whatever is existing right now.
Okay.
If I'll have to use this equipment, then I'll have to wait for it to print everything, then I'll have to plot it, then I'll have to match it with my route. But from that software, I'll just mark my route inside the software, it will show me whether anything is falling in my route or not. Here I'll have to wait for it to print, and then I'll have to plot, and then I'll have to check whether it is falling or not, then I'll have to amend my route or not. So it will take time. Once we have already made our route checking from the software, everything is done, then we can put this on Navigate 8 so that whatever new is coming, it will be printed and I will be able to refer it. Whatever new is coming, I'll be able to refer it like that. And similarly, we have this Navtex station code for the places like where we don't have Navtex, like Australia, Brazil, New Zealand. We have local codes for receiving the local weather updates, like code A, code B, code C. So we will select what all codes like we have in Australia. North coast, east coast, west coast, south coast, we have distributed in form of codes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So that way we can just check the local information also, local maritime safety information we will receive from the local Navtex codes. Okay, further we will see Navtex. Okay. So this is our Navtex. What is your Navtex? What does a Navtex do?
On Navtex, you will receive maritime safety informations.
Basically, there are like codes. Like, okay, first thing is like station names,
like radio signals,
station names and codes also. They have like codes such as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and then those codes will have meaning, like ABDL. Those are mandatory, you know ABDL. ABDL is mandatory. You cannot unselect ABDL. Is your nav warning, met warnings, search and rescue messages, and then other things are your station codes. Like it will also be like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, but those will be like referring to the station. I'll show you how. I will. Okay.
Okay, we'll do that. Audible and visual alarm.
This ABDL are your mandatory codes. This is cannot be silenced. Like other ones can be silenced, can be unselected. Like I don't want. Like there are a lot of things which are not in use, like Omega, Loran, Deca. These were the equipments or the type of thing that we used before, long time ago. We don't use all this right now. So I'm just trying to show you this. See here, like
navigation warnings, meteorological
what
warnings.
code is what. So your navigation warning, A, B is meteorological warning, C is ice report. Okay, it will open now. Too much information, I don't need this much. So as you can see, this is your message code, like what all messages we get. In A, what all messages we have, navigation warning, ice reports, blah 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 blah. A lot of things are there. These four are mandatory. Like this is your mandatory, and this is like your supplementary. Like okay,
advisory.
You can also refer to this. Shoot from ADRS 1345. Go here. You will have Navtex. Navtex. So like we are right now in this region. If you click anyone, it will give you all the Navtex station in nearby region. So the ones in the red are your international stations. Okay. They will give warnings, or this will give real-time warnings. That means man overboard now, it will send message. For your SATC, you will have to wait for their transmission time. They will transmit when they have transmission time. They will not give you instant messages. Navtex is going to give you instant messages. But Navtex has a range of 400 miles. Like one Navtex station is here, so only for the 400 miles range, it will be able to cover the data and give it to you. Then here, when you are close to land, there are a lot of Navtex stations. So here we have multiple Navtex stations, and when we proceed here, your entire Navtex is full of your nav warnings, your nav coming from Navtex. because there are a lot of stations giving you the warnings. And then, like suppose you see here Australia, there is no nav station. Australia don't have navtex. New Zealand, no nav station, no navtex.
Why they are not
They
using
don't have.
navtex?
They don't have. Brazil, no navtex, nothing. So all entire world, other places you will go, like we will go to Singapore now. You see here, it will show you all the nav areas, navtex areas, like Jakarta is E, D, Singapore C, Penang U, Donsak W, and the other codes in blue, they will give you local warnings. They will also not mandatory to be in English. Like in Vietnam, it will be in Vietnamese. China, it will be in Chinese. In some other place, it will be in some other language. So we have to make sure that we have this code D, E. So in our navtex, taking the alphabets from there, we have to select those alphabets here also. Like we have to go menu, enter, receive mask. Like see right now, A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q, all type of
Warnings. Here.
all stations are selected.
Yeah.
And then here also we have selected like ABDL. This is like your mandatory warning, and this is your type of messages. All type of messages are selected and all stations are selected. Why we have selected all stations? Because our navtex is interfaced with our Gmdss. So that's why in our navtex, this is our printer, but we are not taking print. We have turned the printer off, because otherwise some ships, that in this ship also, previously what it was, that I have to feed in the navtex stations, checking from the route what all stations are falling in my route, like for Singapore, for China, for South Africa, all those stations I will take. I will feed in the navtex manually, and then from those stations only I will get the information what is required for me. Otherwise it will be like hell of information for me to plot. Okay, because if we don't have navtex connected to the Gmdss, this will print from here all the information, and it is like too much information. And then similarly is how you check your nav warnings from SATC. You have to check everything from navtex also. Like I will show you. Like if this is the message, I have turned on the printer. I have turned off the printer. Okay, printer none. For the moment I will select it. Okay, now I have turned on the printer. If I print this message, it will come like this, and then I'll have to check this message on Gmdss. This is very small. That's why better we keep it off. And if we don't turn it off, it will continuously print. Okay. So thing is, if you don't have your navtex connected to your Gmdss, you have to keep it on. You will receive all the nav warnings real time. You will have to plot them. You will have to check if it is falling in your route or whatever. Then you have to amend your route, make markings, make plotting on Gmdss regarding whatever information is there. In our ship, we don't do that. We don't take printout, because we can directly see everything on Gmdss.
Okay, so
If it is in our route, we don't have to take printout. We can see directly in Gmdss, and I'll show you how it will appear. It will appear as MSI, Maritime Safety Information. Like if I'll zoom out, you see all this orange MSIs. These are all the navtex messages. Now if you see here, I have selected all the stations. So it will give me, like if I select nothing, it will not show any message. Now it is showing me all the messages here. We can read this here, all the messages from Netherlands Coast Guard. This will, because we have selected everything, this will give us everywhere, from everywhere. And this will plot the same also in our Gmdss. Throughout the route we can see like this MSI is there. So I don't have to go to the navtex and check it. I can just directly click on the information tab, check on the MSI, and then here only I will get the information, what all information is coming from the navtex. So that is the better, that is a big advantage for us, that when your navtex is already connected to your Gmdss, you don't have to manually go and plot all these informations coming from, because This is fine. This is less. If you go to places like China, you see, it is full of.
Information.
You will go crazy plotting all this information. You will go crazy plotting all this information. This is your Taiwan state. Now we will be going to Taiwan state. You will become crazy plotting all this information because it is very difficult to and it is coming like 4 hours of watch. 50 messages are coming, and it is always coming on repeat. You cannot ignore it. Also, you have to go through everything. It becomes difficult. Okay, but just because it is now connected to your Gmdss, it becomes easy. You can directly monitor it. See, last thing is about how to test this. There is only one test. It's the self test. Go into menu. This is test. Start test. Okay. This is the result of the test. And then it says press enter to continue. It will do the keyboard test. It will check all the buttons. Now it will do its internal communication test. It will test it with all the station codes. Transmission and reception test. Do this for 1 minute or something, and then it will give you the report. It shows international test, international result okay, local result okay. If you want to print, you can print. If you want to finish it, you can finish. This is it. This is the internal test of your Gmdss. That's it.
So how frequently we have to do this test, Gmdss test?
Every month we have. This is a monthly test. As of this, I told this Gmdss is your survival craft VHF 123, the orange VHF which we have, portable VHF, that is monthly. Your SAT test is monthly. Your Inmarsat actual communication that we did in the PV test, distance test and diagnostic test, monthly. EPIRB test is monthly. Antennas and everything we have to check monthly. Condition of batteries in your battery room we have to check monthly, and your Gmdss we have to check monthly. So this is a part of your monthly test. Okay. In our company's SMS, we can find out what all tests to be done at what frequency. So we can check, like here we have mentioned like daily MFHF DSC, VHF DSC, battery onload offload, and Inmarsat C printers. Weekly we have to check our coast station DSC test with MFHF batteries to be tested, and then monthly we have our survival craft VHF 123 transponder SATs, Inmarsat C's test. Then EPIRB we have to test, then antennas and Monkey Island and installations all we have to check. Right now we'll be going on our Monkey Island to check the condition of our antennas, aerials as a part of our monthly tests. This is our VDR capsule. So this is our Starlink antenna. GPS antennas. All the antennas are marked, stenciled as per our distribution plan. There is an antenna plan. There's a plan actually in which it is mentioned like at what location which antenna is. We have our radar antennas on top, and SAT-C antenna is there. This is our magnetic compass. is the insulation. We have the insulation in all the antennas. This one is for your MFHF, high voltage. We'll be going to check our battery room for our Gmdss batteries. So this is how our Gmdss batteries are placed. There are 12 batteries connected. This is the connection here, and there is the installation date over here, and there's a marking. This is our fire extinguisher, kept here in place of any emergency. This is our eye wash and our PP in case of handling any fire related to batteries or something, or any like spillage. So guys, hope all of you like the video. There will be a second part of the video that will be covering Gmdss equipment and how to send the distress messages, because this video is already very long and it's very difficult to put it all together inside just one video. So I will just make another video, and in a part 2 of Gmdss video I'll discuss all the information on how to send distress messages from various equipments, and I'll be posting it soon on the YouTube.